This isn't just a walk in the woods, it's a walk with our ancestors. Every step we take, we're reconnecting to the land, to the language, to the old ways. We don't just pick medicine, we pray, we remember. Out here, the trees and the plants aren't just scenery, they're teachers, they're our relatives. Each one carries medicine, not just for the body, but for the spirit too. This is called a medicine walk. It's how our people have gathered medicine for generations. These teachings were passed down to us from the land, through our elders, from our ceremonies. This is how we walk in the footsteps of those who came before us. This is how we live as Anishinaabe. A long time ago, there was Nanapush. Nanapush was a little bit of spirit and a little bit of man. And Anishinaabe, we're like Nanapush. We're a little bit of spirit and a little bit of man as well. And Nanapush had a lot of gifts, and he'd use his gifts to help the Anishinaabe, to teach them, to do good things. Sometimes he was more of a trickster though. But one day, Giizis, the creator, he called upon Nanapush and one of his brothers, his brother Ma'iingan, the wolf. The wolf's name was Chipayabuzu. Nanapush and Ma'iingan, they were given a task from Creator. Giizis wanted Nanapush to go and name everything on the land, everything that he met, everything he came into contact with. So when Nanapush left, he started to talk to things, talk to all the trees, all the insects, all the animals, to the clouds, to the water, and to all the medicines as well. And when Nanapush would talk to things, he would introduce himself. He'd talk to the things that he was going to name. He'd get to know them, he'd respect them, and he built a connection with all of the land that way. Everything he came into contact with, he'd build a relationship with it. And he'd give a name. That was one of his gifts, to give names. And while he's doing this, he's building on the vocabulary. Every name he gives is a new word. And over time, he started to create a language. We call that Anishinaabe. That's how Nanapush spoke. So when he created that language, he respected all the life on the land. No matter how big or small it was, an insect or a bear, the buffalo, the trees, everything. He respected everything because of the time he spent with it, the time he spent on the land giving all those names. Asemaa, that's our tobacco. And we use our Asemaa whenever we go and gather things. Everything starts with tobacco. So we always offer our tobacco first before we take anything. If we're gathering wood, trees, rocks for the ceremonies, or if we're gathering medicine, we always use our Asemaa first. So we put our tobacco in our hand and we go talk to whatever it is we're going to be taking. And we're picking medicine now, so we talk to our medicine. Same way Nanapush did. And Nanapush talked to everything, gave names. So we get our tobacco, we put it in our hand, and we acknowledge the medicine. We treat it with respect. That's built in the language in our way of life, and that comes from Nanapush. Then we introduce ourselves. We explain what we're doing, why we're doing it, where we come from. And we give that respect to the things that we're going to be taking. A long time ago, there were no hospitals, no clinics, no pharmacies. So the people had to know. They had to know how to take care of themselves if they got sick, if they got injured. And they had to gather that medicine to do that, take care of themselves and survive. When I gather medicine, I go all over the place. When they taught me, they told me not to go by the ditches, not to go by crops or any place where the land might be contaminated with pesticides or whatever else they spray. So usually I go places where people don't go, or people hardly ever go. I go deep into the bush. I go to different lakes and streams, and I find my medicine that way. So I want to find clean places for my medicine. A long time ago, our people survived off the land. It was the land that kept them alive, gave them their medicine, their food, their shelter. Everything came from Niigaani, from Mother Earth. So we were taken care of. But when we got to the reservation period, we were starving. And it was the medicine that kept us alive for a lot of people. They would eat their medicines, and that would help them fight starvation. So it's important that we take care of the land. We take care of how we do things. So when we take things, we don't destroy it so it never comes back. We take it in a respectful way. So next year we could come again and get more. And the future generations could gather as well. Take care of them as well. So when we pick our medicine, we do it in a respectful way. We don't take all the roots and rip all the roots out of the ground. We break them off at the stem for our sage and our yarrow and plants like that. Anishinaabe, we always used to live by the moons. Every full moon, it's telling you to get ready for something new. So throughout the year, we would prepare our maple syrup, we get the berries, we go hunting. So all these different moons had different names for different times of the year. Mawinzoki is this, then you know it's time to get ready to harvest your berries. Kiyoseki is this, you know it's time to get ready to go hunting. In Turtle Mountain, where I'm from, we got Mashkiki is this, and that's when you know it's time to harvest your medicine. Mashkiki is this, that's usually somewhere around the beginning of August every year. So we got our medicine moon. And our medicine moon tells us when we got to go get ready. Throughout the year, there's always medicine ready. Different medicines are ready at different times. But during Mashkiki is this, in Turtle Mountain, that's when a lot of medicines are ready to be picked. In Anishinaabe, we live across the land, all over the place. From the Great Lakes to the Rocky Mountains, there's Anishinaabe people. And our environments are all different. They're not always the same. So some communities, they have Monomanekeki, this, and they harvest wild rice. But in Turtle Mountain, we followed the buffalo. We're Plains Ojibwa. So we had a different environment, a different way of life. And so instead of harvesting Monoman, we harvest our medicine during this time.